So we've been talking a lot about electricity this morning. Yeah. We know ERCOT issued a conservation notice from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
And thank goodness for that. It seemed like it worked. It seems like everything's been on track. Let's find out if that's the deal. We have Heather here to walk us through that. So everything's still doing all right?
Yeah, so the ERCOT power grid is back to normal reserves after asking Texans to conserve this morning. It did end at 9 a.m. The ERCOT asked Texans to conserve for a second time in a row, but you can see that the ERCOT grid is back to normal as more power is being generated and the use is declining. But ERCOT says that the conservation appeal does not indicate that we were at emergency conditions. ERCOT says emergency operations have been avoided due to conservation and additional tools, which can include using reserve power, large businesses conserving, and bringing more generation online sooner. ERCOT says it's also working with out-of-state independent system operators to obtain additional power. And we asked Reliant Energy for some of the most effective ways that we can help to reduce energy usage at home.
Well, thermostat is always where we're going to start. That controls your heating system. And especially if you have electric heat, if you can keep that around 68 degrees, that's a great setting. And remember that about every degree above that costs about 3 to 5% increase in your heating costs. Another thing we want to make sure and check is heat escape routes. So as we think about if you happen to have a chimney, then close that damper, make sure it's closed. And then as you use bathroom vents, kitchen vents, remember that's pulling heat out as well. So we want to make sure and use those sparingly.
So if you have experienced a power outage over the last couple of days, ERCOT says it is local in nature. It's not related to the overall grid reliability. ERCOT says it's expecting similar conditions for tomorrow morning. So we may need to be conserving again. They've not yet called for a conservation, but we should probably, kind of anticipate. Usually it's about 8 a.m. every morning. Everybody gets up, and if you're chilly, you turn on a little more heat. You fire up the coffee maker. Maybe you're watching the news.
Start a load of laundry.
Yeah. So we see the demand go up, and then because solar energy, ERCOT says because solar energy hasn't really fully kicked on at that point, that they don't have as much sort of generating. And that's why, again, at 7 p.m. this evening, you can see we're expecting a little bit of the dip in the capacity, and again, a little bit of an increase as people are back home again, firing things up. They're not calling for any, specific conservation, but we can kind of see that, the two lines get a little bit closer there. So we'll just keep our ears open, and if they ask us to conserve, we'll let you know so that you can conserve again in the morning.
Well, and I feel like it's so easy to conserve what they're asking, because I was really picturing unplugging everything in the house that you're not using, which is a lot of stuff. If you go around, it's amazing when you figure out what you're not using. But then they really say just a few degrees down on your heater makes the biggest difference. Really, just one layer of clothes will make the difference of that.
Yeah, if you just go down for 1 degree, that really helps to conserve the most energy.
Can you believe that just 1 degree makes that much difference? But when you've got everyone getting on board to that, that's when it makes a difference.
And that's the thing is let's just make it easy. Let's find a way that people can do it easily so that they're not having to unplug the entire house.
I remember in the earlier hours of the morning show, you were showing how close it was, I believe around like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. That's when it was kind of concerning. Yeah, so it's good that we didn't exceed that, because that could have created a bigger problem.
Well, and it sounds like they have so many more measures in place than they did just a couple of years ago. So they sort of have these contingency plans. And we're also seeing experts talking about how these estimates are always they estimate a little bit higher than what the actual usage typically ends up being, and I think that's probably also sort of a safety mechanism. Let's plan for the worst case scenario of a little bit higher usage, and how can we prepare for that. So far it looks like some of the changes that they have made are helping to keep the lights on a little bit better than they did a couple years ago.
Yeah, and we're not really hearing about any appeals going into tomorrow so far. So I mean that's a good thing too, because because it was Sunday when we were already hearing about something for Monday, and I mean even early yesterday for today. So
well, it was Sunday we started to see a rise in demand as the storm kind of started coming in.
All right.
All right, putting the coffee away. I guess it's that time. I usually put it away an hour before now. All right, Heather, thanks for walking us through all that.
Always hoping to save some money, save some time, and save some lights today.
My pleasure.